It's The Local Show on News Radio 570 WSYR, a service of Geddes Federal Savings and Loan and Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts. The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoe Advertising. Now, your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to The Local Show. It's the 2022 pre-Christmas edition. I'm your host, Tom Soccocio Jr., along with my friend and head elf, Steve Roberts, on The Local Show. We have conversations with local businesses and business owners, CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs, civic organizations, nonprofits, business advocates, and other business-friendly organizations. We talk about how they got into business and why they do business right here in Syracuse, New York, where their businesses might be going in the future. That's a biggie. And then you'll hear all about their successes, their challenges, opportunities, marketing, and advertising. We're broadcasting from the Zoe Advertising Studios, sponsored by Safe Harbor Wills and Trusts and Geddes Federal Savings and Loan. How you doing there, Steve?
I'm all right for being me.
That's nice. I was trying to figure out how we're going to wrap your snowshoes and your skis this year, because I know you like the winter sports.
Oh my gosh!
I want to see you out there. Huffing and puffing.
Not at all. No. Judy and I, we did when we were younger, which was a long time ago. We did some cross country skiing.
That's very healthy for you.
Yeah, it was exhausting.
Yeah, I know.
And we still will walk. She likes to walk Green Lakes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
that's
we got these cleat things you put on your shoes.
Yeah.
Because what happens there is it ices.
Sure.
Right?
Oh yeah.
And you're like, ah. So and they work well. So we did that a variety of times last year. She always wants to go. I go because she always wants to go.
I think I told you a while ago. It was a fall trip. We went up to Highland Forest and just going through the paths. With raking the leaves with your feet as you're walking along. Wore me out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You walk a couple of miles in the woods.
But then it's cold, and if you have any breathing issues at all, and it's cold, it's just it becomes interesting.
Walk more.
Yes, thank you, George. George, who's 6'3" and weighs 109 pounds. That was George Powers. Don't introduce him. Let's just.
It really makes me have great respect for those Little House on the Prairie people. They were really in shape. Although they died when they were 25.
I don't know. Their life expectancy was
in shape.
They were in great shape when they passed away. Well, look, folks, stick around. We've got a great show for you. As a matter of fact, first up, we're going to talk with George Powers, owner of Powers Accounting. Then Keith Liebman's going to be in here. He's the owner of the orchards at Rocking Horse Farm, and then, of course, Rocking Horse Farm in general. Luke Lunkenheimer is the, they had him down as chairman.
How do you not say that name and not smile? What a fun name.
Yeah, get this.
What's your name, Luke Lunkenheimer? How much fun is that?
I am very good friends with Luke's father.
Okay.
Yes, Luke.
Go there. You didn't let me down.
I'm good friends with his father, John Lunkenheimer, and we'll talk all about that when we get him on here. Greg Porchline is an arborist representative at Bartlett Tree Experts, and then Sharif Anil Bey is the owner of Syracuse Kung Fu. Mark Roberts stops by. He's the owner of Staff Leasing, and then Kathy German is the executive director of New Hope Family Services. Jim McCarthy wraps us up. He's the president of Northland Communications, all on The Local Show today. Do stick around. It's going to be a riveting show, starting with George Powers. How are you, George?
I am super great and getting better.
Excellent. So, do you get any of the old feelings back when you sit in the chair since you co-hosted?
Oh, this is fun. This is a ball. Yeah, I did enjoy that, and it's always fun.
How was breakfast?
Oh, breakfast. Yeah, Steve cooked me breakfast.
Did he really?
Yes, he did. I was joking with him last night and said, you got to make me breakfast, and lo and behold, he did.
So he's got some Swedish crepes there, with a little bit of cherry and some things there.
Some sausage, so it was a nice breakfast.
Tom never eats what I cook.
No. Well,
I'm thinking he's scared.
Yeah. Here's the deal.
You said he doesn't. You didn't say he doesn't eat. You said he doesn't eat.
It's true.
Over by the stove, I saw peeking out of the corner a little bottle of X-Lax, and I thought, I know what he's up to. For me, at least.
Too many pranks in the past.
Right. Yeah. I just never trust him. Look, George, why don't you tell people a little bit about who you are and why you started Powers Accounting?
What's our why, huh?
Yeah, that's it, the why.
We started Powers Accounting 26 years ago because I was finding business owners that were asking questions that nobody was answering. And I didn't find that people were communicating clearly enough with the small business owners regarding their business, regarding taxes, regarding how they could do better, reach their goals. So really our mission in our company and what we've come around to is to help our business clients reach their goals, business and professionally.
Gotcha.
We do that through organizational records, profit development, and tax savings. But the common goal is, our common theme is, what is the client's goal and how can we help them reach that?
Very well said. What should businesses be doing relative to tax preparation at this time of year?
This is tax planning season at the high point. Between now and December 31st, there's still a lot of things that you can do to reduce taxes. So you want to make sure that your records are up to date. You've got a good projection of where your income is going to be. And you start figuring, what can you do before the end of the year? Do you want to buy equipment? Do you have bills you need to pay depending on how your taxes are done? Do you want to max out your retirement plan if you've not already done so? You have a variety of different things you can do. So now is the time to be talking to your accountant, to your tax person as to, what can you do? Not everybody, there is no one size fits all tax plan. Everybody's a little different. So if you talk to your neighbor and say, well, my neighbor did this, it might not be good for you,
right?
Because everybody's a little bit different. So make sure that you have a conversation with your tax person. Make sure that they know what your projections are and see what they have to say.
Tom's neighbor put a pool in, didn't they, Tom?
Yes, they did. I don't know if they did that for tax purposes or not.
Yeah.
Now, would this be the time that Steve would buy me the company car, the Mustang GT with the?
Well, if there's a company purpose for it, he can.
Hang on, let me check the manual. Nope, it's not in there, guys.
It may not be there. So these midterm elections that we just had that everybody was going cuckoo over and who got in, who got out, all that, does it have any positive impact on taxes here in our state?
We don't know.
Yeah, taxes positively go up.
Taxes in the state, you're right about that. Nothing's ever good about taxes in this state. But as far as the national election, we don't know. Probably nothing will change because we're going to have a Republican House, a split Senate, and a Democratic president. Odds are nothing in the tax rules will change for 2 years, which is not a bad thing. The current tax laws do sunset, or a lot of them will sunset in 2025. So we'll see if something will change before that point in time. But there's a lot of talk about a lot of things, but I learned a long time ago, never pay attention too much to the talk. Wait until it comes out with a signed by the president. At that point in time, then you know what you got.
Yeah.
Up until that point, you have really just a wild guess.
So can people write off Christmas gifts, George? That's what they're thinking right now. Let's ask that guy if we can write off our Christmas gifts.
Well, if you give your employees nice cash bonuses at the end of the year through payroll, you can write that off.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Let's change the topic quickly.
Well, there you go. It's a win-win, Steve.
That's right.
It all works out. What type of businesses do you see thriving over the next 5 to 10 years?
Oh, there's a tough one. I do think that we may be in 2023. I kind of think we might be ending some kind of recession. I know technically we're in one now, but they're all a bit unique. I was going to say this is unique. Yeah. They're all unique. We're seeing the prices maybe starting to re-regulate and come down a little bit. So that's looking better. Looks like the next Fed interest increase may not be quite as high as what they had initially projected. So there's a number of things that are looking better, but I do think that we still have some problems with Europe coming through that are going to affect us. And so I think next year is going to be a bit of a challenge. Get my crystal ball out, polish it up and see if it works. But,
are there some businesses, because you work with so many businesses, that you see that may thrive, coming up here in the future?
Well, I'm seeing professional services thrive a lot.
Okay.
I'm seeing contractors still have a great need. There's a shortage of skilled tradesmen in that industry, but I'm seeing a lot of professionals that are really doing a lot. Well, psychiatrists certainly are doing amazingly well these days. But I'm seeing it's just kind of spotty.
Yeah.
The retail stores are tough because they have a tough road to hoe these days. It's tough there.
Sure.
And if you're going to do that, and that restaurants, you have to be new and different. You can't use the same model.
That cuts us out, Tom. We're not new or different.
Got to be unique. All right. George, you're a wealth of knowledge. Love having you around, and feel free to come back and co-host anytime.
Hey, we'll just kick Steve out. I was thinking that he does look a little like that elf character on that movie.
Doesn't he, though? Very close.
Here we go. Go ahead, Santa.
That's George Powers, right there, owner of Powers Accounting. gpowers.com, gpowers.com. Have a great rest of the day, okay?
Thanks, guys.
Coming up, it's Keith Liebman. He's the owner of the Orchards at Rocking Horse Farm over there in Apulia Station. So Jamesville, I guess you would call it, is up next right here on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.